Hey, 80s movie fans! Let's get real for a minute about Screwballs. If you love gonzo teen comedies, this one's for you. Screwballs is that wild Canadian sex comedy from way back in 1983, directed by Rafał Zielinski and brought to life by New World Pictures. Let me break it down. Zielinski was calling the shots as director, with a script from Linda Shane. She even acted in it. And Jim Wynorski. Oh, and the legendary B-movie king Roger Corman produced it, along with Maurice Smith and a few other folks. You know what's nuts? This movie only cost about $800K to make, but it pulled in over $2 million at the box office in the US and Canada. For a totally bonkers movie like this, that's actually pretty impressive. So what's it all about? The story's set in the 60s at Taft and Adams High, where 5 guys basically spend all their time coming up with ridiculous stunts to catch a peek at Purity Bush. Yeah, that's actually her name. She's the queen of the school, and these dudes will stop at nothing. Their craziest plan? Hijacking Homecoming with a massive magnet just to rip off Purity's dress while she's on stage singing the anthem. Talk about crossing the line. The plot's even more out there. In 1965, Rick, Brent, Melvin, Howie, and Tim get caught pulling a stunt on Purity. Do they learn their lesson? Nah. They just get sneakier and even more wild, scheming their revenge. Things pretty much go off the rails with the now infamous giant electromagnet scene that leaves the whole school shocked and Purity's dress gone. Here's a cool behind-the-scenes fact. Screwballs is basically Canada's answer to Porky's. Corman saw that Porky's made bank and wanted a piece of the pie, so he threw in about half the budget, around $500K. The rest came from Canadian film funds and some private investors. And yeah, the whole thing was shot in Toronto. As for the poster, those wild Mad Magazine vibes. That was actually Wynorski's design, and Linda Shane was the model for the front, the famous blonde. Getting this thing into theatres wasn't easy. They only managed around 75 screens at first, compared to Porky's 2, which got over 1/500. Still, Screwballs did all right, given that uphill battle. Now, did the critics love it? Nope. Variety called it a cheap Porky's knockoff, and Roger Ebert gave it just 1 star, saying it was fairly harmless, but full of dumb gags and some seriously sloppy editing. On Metacritic, it's rocking a pretty harsh 34/100, but movie fans online, some are obsessed. People go for these over-the-top bonkers comedies. One reviewer even called it the GOAT of titties movies. Others say it's just bad, not that funny, and has more sex gags than laughs. So, fair warning. Believe it or not, Screwballs was such a cash cow, it spawned 2 sequels. Screwballs 2, aka Loose Screws, in '85, set in a summer school with even more insane sexcapades, and Screwball Hotel in '88, which pretty much closed the book on the franchise. Looking back, director Zielinski said it was cool to make money with Screwballs, but sometimes he wishes he'd gone the indie artsy route instead, like Atta Migoyan. Still, can't knock it. It kicked off his 7-movie run with Roger Corman in the 80s. So, what about you? Ever seen Screwballs? Got any wild memories or hot takes? Drop them in the comments and hit subscribe for more ridiculous 80s movie dives.